Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have another hero deck past BANLIST, Hero Alliance, the one a lot of people were waiting for, and here we go. But before jumping right to it guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with yugioh and his skill Hero Alliance. So we have the new release, that is Liquid Soldier. We can now play 3 of that, and most of all we can play double Brave NEOS in the extra deck. You know I like to play Hero Alliance with the NEOS fusion because you know I'm not that kind of guy that plays trap cards and stuff like that. So there you go. Instead I'm playing triple NEOS fusion and triple Cosmic Cyclone. So first thing I want to say, of course you can replace Cosmic Cyclone once Dingirsu is gone completely for the meta. You can play the Mystical Space Typhoon, of course. For this I honestly prefer the Cyclone over the Lance. And then let's go into the Spice. We have basically nothing special except the Lazuli combo and the Beacon Saber. So we're playing triple Liquid Soldier and only one Stratos, because as the guys that follows the live streaming already know this, that I really do not like Stratos in this build, simply because your normal summon is just too important. And when you draw Stratos, when you normal summon Stratos, unless you have already a polymerization in your hand, you're starting your first turn is dead. I mean, you're sitting there on a Stratos that can't do nothing except staying in attack position, but that of course means nothing. So Stratos is really not the hero you want to see in your starting end, that's the thing, unless you have already polymerization, of course. So instead, what you would like to see, it's either in the NEOS, because of course normal summoning the NEOS triggers the skill to get a super poly from your deck, or a poly or a miracle fusion from outside your deck. So that's why you want to do that. We have 3 NEOS, but it's like we play 6 of it because we have the NEOS fusion. Why? Depending on what you have, when you use NEOS fusion to summon Brave NEOS, you can decide to either send a Lazuli or a Beacon Saber. Now Lazuli will provide a NEOS to your hand, because when you send Lazuli to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a normal monster, in this case the NEOS you just send alongside Lazuli for the NEOS fusion, to take back that NEOS to your hand, so you can normal summon it straight away and then add your super poly and set it. Also, this combo allows you to not be vulnerable to the Forbidden Lens. Remember, when most of the time this hero deck will hand the turn with a NEOS and a super poly. But of course, if your opponent has a Forbidden Lens, you could just use that on your NEOS, thus making your super poly unusable. Instead, if you end your turn with 2 monsters, 1 NEOS and 1 Brave NEOS, even if your opponent uses Forbidden Lens on one of the monsters, you still have the other one to use super poly. So very nice. Also, as I told you, and as you will see in replays, as you actually already noticed from the favorite Duel video, Beacon Saber is still one of the best defensive play you can have in this deck. In every deck, the attack negation from the graveyard is so good, especially because most of the times your opponent is gonna forget about it. So that's it. Then we play triple Blazeman, of course, the triple Soldier, so happy to do that. Triple NEOS, triple Cosmic Cyclone just for the hate of back rows. But of course guys, this triple Cosmic Cyclone can be replaced for anything you feel is better. For example, if you're still on the ladder trying to climb and you face a lot of deck that establish a strong board turn 1, so a lot of actually some decks that do not play back rows, just go for Book of Moon, or for example for Dark Hole, or whatever spell card can help you turn 1. I suggest always Book of Moon, to be honest, if you have to choose. Otherwise, if you have problem with the back rows, Cosmic Cyclone is just your best choice right here. For the extract, we have double Sunrise mandatory, Great Tornado, one the Shining, one Discreet Owl. These are all for as the target for the Super Poly. A couple of Brave Neos, and keep in mind that having 2 Brave Neos is so good because now you can use the Super Poly not only to summon these guys but also to summon a Brave Neos. So you can actually use for the fusion summon your Neos on the field and a generic level 4 effect monster. That's very good, and this really adds something to the deck. Last but not least, Wonder Driver. Didn't happen to use that much, but because of with this deck is so easy to spam monsters, sometimes you might want to have this. You might want to have the Wonder Driver, so it can be useful, to be honest. Otherwise, if you really don't like it, you can just play another fusion monster. Like you can play the NEOS Knight. I'm not suggesting that, honestly. Or you can play another attribute fusion like Gaia or Nova Master, but those are very random to be useful. Maybe Gaia can be a little bit better just because you have the Lazuli as a hard type monster to fuse with. And that's it, guys. Stay tuned for the replays. Just NEOS Fusion adds so much power to this deck, either going second than going first, because going first provides a turn 1 play plus protection from destruction. Going second, another booty, another body on the field. So really nice. Guys, that is all for the explanation, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay interrupting a 6-win streak. Let's see what we have. It's him going first, and we have a very good hand to begin with. It's got Power Duality, so Dark Magician, as you will see. As you can see, we have a Navigation added to his hand, Dark Magical Circle adding the Eternal Soul, so he basically got everything, both the Eternal Soul and the Navigation. NEOS to begin with, and then Hero Alliance to grab the Miracle Fusion, because you know the Super Poly is not that useful against Dark Magician. They can always flip up the Eternal Soul so that you cannot fusion summon with their monsters, with their Dark Magician. So then I went with Polymerization, with the Liquid Soldier and the Blazement to go into Sunrise. Really that easy right now. Liquid Soldier to draw a couple of cards, then Miracle Fusion added to my hand, Miracle Fusion to go for the second Sunrise just in case he banishes the first one. We really want to have that pop, and then boom, NEOS Fusion providing the background saver to the graveyard and having another big boy on the field. Navigation to begin with, summoning the Dark Magician and another one from the deck. Circle to banish the Brave NEOS, that's fine. We still pop the other one so they cannot special summon the other, but it's got the Apprentice to save Dark Magician, but only once. At this point, what can he have? Nothing, as you can see, and he's cooped. But we had another NEOS Fusion ready, a Miracle Fusion ready, so even if he drew something, we also had the background saver in the graveyard. We were chilling. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third win in a row, we have Troge. 30 cards, LP boost. What is this? Can't recall to be honest. It's got Charge of the Light Brigade, Lightsworn stuff. Let's see what he has. To summon the Raiden, and then Raiden to mill a little bit more. Lumina as well is just milling a lot at this point. And let's have a look at what he has right there. He's got the Stego Cyber to protect, the Background Saver as well to protect, so we have to be careful. So at this point we had the choice, guys. We can either go into Blazement as we're doing right now, or we could have also used NEOS Fusion, sending the Lazuli to summon NEOS to grab the Super Poly. But right here I just wanted to go for a little, or at least try. So I started with Blazement, grabbing the Poly, and then Poly of course to go into Sunrise. I kept Blazement on the field to get more boost with the Sunrise, because Blazement is fire attribute, and also to have an additional monster on the field. Then Miracle Fusion again, as you can see, second Sunrise, this time with the double draw. Let's see what we're going to get. Double NEOS, not useful. Then I went with NEOS Fusion, discarding the other NEOS Fusion, because I can just grab one now that I pop a monster, but he avoided the attack. I still get to pop that. Then I went attacking directly. It's got the Seiko Cyber, and then Sunrise to get rid of that. But at this point, it's got Legionnaire summon to pop a couple of cards, double Sunrise. But what can you do now? I can simply use the effect of Blazement, then summoning NEOS, use the skill, and using the skill, Brave NEOS becomes bigger. Look at that. I even have Super Poly that I set because I don't need that. I can just go for a little Brave NEOS, grabbing another NEOS Fusion just in case. How much stuff do we have? Too much. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, we had a very nice turn 1 to go against. I'm gonna speed things up because this is Infernity, so it's gonna do a lot of stuff. Also nice with downbeat, so I guess the Infernity player already knows how this works. It's gonna grab the Infinity Launcher. It's got Transmodify as well. It's got tons of combos. Look at that. First with the Puzzle Mino, then what the... It's insane. 100 Ice Dragon as well. So it's gonna end up, the first thing here is Infinity Break, and he has Infinity Monster in the graveyard. This is now once per turn, so he's gonna end up with double of that. There you go. For the Archfiend to grab the second one, this is gonna end with double Infinity Break. It also this, I don't know why, maybe he wanted to draw a card, but he had to activate the effect, so mistake here. I don't know, but he did actually, he went into Firewall Dragon. So basically he's got 3 interruption. What a play. He's got Firewall Dragon to bounce a monster and double pop. That's really good. But guess what? Heroes can just go past that. NEOS to begin with, polymerization into Sunrise. Sunrise, with Liquid Soldiers drawing a couple of cards because we already have Miracle Fusion, unfortunately. There you go, into Great Tornado, then Great Tornado cutting off the attack, Firewall Dragon, I used Super Poly, and then we got the Shining coming here, also NEOS Fusion, and it's got Infinity Break. I honestly don't care. I popped the Tornado, still fine, and then Brave NEOS, sending the Background Saver for next turn, getting rid of the first monster, grabbing another NEOS Fusion, attacking the second. He can use Infinity Break, but I don't know why I didn't get the effect, honestly. Actually, I did get the effect, there you go. So I was chilling, and now at this point, even if he goes into something crazy, but he couldn't, this was time limit win if I'm not wrong, no, connection failed. I still had the Background Saver in the graveyard. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here, my boys, I was on my 6th win in a row, and guess what? We have Destiny Heroes against Elemental Heroes. So I've got NEOS Fusion to begin with. Why? Because in this matchup, you definitely want to have Super Poly. So NEOS Fusion to send the Lazuli, grabbing the NEOS back from the graveyard. There you go, summoning NEOS to grab the Super Poly. That's what we want to do, right? So I know we're fragile to a Typhoon, or they usually don't play that, so they play a lot of trap cards. And we have the bluff for Miracle Fusion. It's got the Doom Lord. So as you can see right here, if I didn't have NEOS Fusion with Doom Lord, it could have just banished my NEOS and my Super Poly would have been useless. Keep in mind that. Instead, now we can chill because we have 2 monsters. Polymerization to go into Dangerous though. It was trying to play around Super Poly because he knew I had that. So it was trying to play around that because if he went into Dystopia, I would have just Super Poly Dystopia to go into Sunrise, right? It's got the effect of Dangerous, double set. I was waiting at this point because there was nothing to do. Stratos to pop the back rows and he scooped, because what I would have done right here, Stratos activate the effect to pop the back rows, chain Super Poly. So using Stratos and his monster, so at the end when the effect resolves, I would have had 2 monsters other than Stratos to pop both the back rows and he would have lost. He knew that. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, 7th win in a row. I had like 13 wins in 14 games, something like that. We have Soul Burner. Let's see what we have. Not the best of the hands, but still NEOS means Super Poly. The issue is that right here Super Poly is useless because we do not have a fire elemental hero to summon as a fusion monster. We do not have Nova Master, so I'm gonna speed things up because this is the classic Salamangreat. So yes, it's gonna end up with the Salamangreat Sanctuary. The wolf that is coming soon. There you go, the sunlight wolf, the Jaguar, Gazelle, and he ended on Abyss Dueler, so no double draw, but I do not have Liquid Soldier, so that's fine. He went summoning Gazelle, sending to the graveyard a, if I'm not wrong, not the foul, maybe, no, the Falco, okay. I started with Cyclone to get rid of the field spell, then normal summoning NEOS, and grabbing the Super Poly anyway, because I can always summon Brave NEOS with any of the level 4, so that's why. First Brave NEOS coming out with the Back and Silver in the graveyard, so we have the best protection, and then get rid of Abyss Wheeler so that next turn we can actually use the Beacon Saber as a protection, and then grabbing another NEOS Fusion that is gonna probably be useless because we're gonna summon the second Brave NEOS with the Super Poly, probably. So it's got Falco to begin with, targeting that at this point, Super Poly to basically make the Falco effect go wrong, so it does not apply. We steal the Gazelle for the fusion summon. There you go. We also discarded another NEOS Fusion, so now we have double protection in the graveyard plus Back and Saber. He went with Dark Hole, but guess what? Just one of the two NEOS Fusions. Then he went all again with BANLIST. How far can he go? Let's see. Foul, and then the Jaguar coming back, and then Sunlight Wolf, and then what else he has? Linktree, Ningirsu to send that to the graveyard, but what are you going to do? You got nothing else. In fact, he scooped. I had another NEOS. Also the Miracle Fusion in the graveyard. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. I wasn't able to provide more meta replays, unfortunately, guys, but I can assure you, as you could have seen, that this deck is so freaking consistent now with Liquid Soldier, because with triple Liquid Soldier you have so much more chances of having that double draw in your first turn, and the NEOS Fusion really provides something very good in case you do not want to play the trap cards, the limited 2 trap cards. I honestly love it. And that is all for the updated post-BANLIST version of Hero Alliance. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Of course, if you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.